Hey, welcome to the Daily Deuce. I am John Webster, and tonight we have special guests to interview. We have Jeremy Clark and his dad, Greg Clark. We're going to talk to Jeremy about his career in basketball, and he's over at St. John's right now, and some of the good things he's done playing youth league basketball. Greg, Jeremy, welcome to the Daily Deuce.
How are you, John?
Thanks for coming out this evening. I greatly appreciate it. This is going to be a lot of fun. I've been waiting to do this for quite some time, so thanks for coming aboard.
No problem.
Jeremy, you know what I did first? I asked some people who know you, when I say Jeremy Clark, what do they think of? You want to hear some of the answers?
Yes, sir.
Bobby Fields, St. Albans. Very coachable, a leader. Teammates are always willing to follow him, and an extremely good student. Joe Dobbins, familiar with him?
Yep.
Maryland United. Joe decided he wanted to write me a dissertation, so I had to put my glasses on so I can read it. I had the pleasure and sometimes the displeasure of playing against Jeremy Clark-led teams. Jeremy is a natural leader and a fierce competitor. He plays the game the way a point guard should play the game. His ability to make the right play in crunch time is second to none. If you foul him down the stretch, he punishes you by making his free throws. In my opinion, Jeremy Clark in his class is one of the top point guards in the DMV. Ray Brewer, great kid, great teammate. Point guard on his team takeover team. Jeremy is a traditional throwback point guard. Sets the table, gets guys involved, selfless attitude, stays calm in all situations, not trying to get ahead of the race or get ahead of the game, just keeping a steady pace. He will continue to develop more each year, and when his number is called, he will always be ready. Now, this one, I'm going all the way back to when you were a little kid now for this one. Eric Westbury, Maryland Finest. Coached you from first grade all the way up to about sixth grade. Said you were one of the most skilled players he ever had. Traits you can't teach. Says you have a huge heart that's in spades. Tremendous speed, quickness, and tough. Leadership, unselfish ball player. So unselfish, he said he had to fuss at you to make you shoot when you were playing with them. Team first, never jealous of anything. And a great, great student. What I will say, all those guys had all that to say about you, and one word kept coming up every time. Leadership, well, two words, and great student. And I can second and third that. Couple times I've seen you where came over to St. Albans to get you one day, came over to St. John's, and I sit in my little corner and I just sat and watched you. You had varsity players coming up and wanting to hang with you and talk with you. That's a sign of being a very good leader, young man, a very good leader. And your mom and dad have done a wonderful job making you a tremendous young man. I see nothing but a bright future for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, let me ask you this now. In the water. Now, I'm looking at this Jimmy Jenkins production. I see Michael Beasley on it. And then the next thing I know, I see your face on the documentary. Tell us how that happened.
My teammate with Team Takeover, and Brown, his dad's like best friends with Jimmy Jenkins. So he asked for both of us to be on the documentary, and it'll be a good opportunity for us just to have fun and do what we love, play basketball.
Well, you did a great job. And I tell people now, I know a star. So I know Jeremy Clark, I know a star. So that's good stuff right there. You at St. John's. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
What do you think contributed to you being at St. John's this year? What got you there?
Being myself, being my best self off the court and on the court, in the classroom and off the court. Coach Behan recruited me hard, and he really wanted me, and the whole team really wanted me to be there. So I felt very welcome.
You really enjoyed over there. What's your favorite class over there?
Probably math.
Math?
Yeah.
What kind of math?
Right now, I'll take Algebra 1.
Algebra 1?
Yeah.
Pretty hard?
It's in the middle, I can say.
By playing for Team Takeover in St. Albans, do you think that prepared you to go to St. John's?
Yeah. St. Albans, definitely more on the academic side, preparing me to be the best student I can be in a classroom with all the resources I can have, and Takeover, creating me to be the best on-court point guard and off-the-court point guard as a leader and to help my teammates be better.
That's interesting. You say off-the-court point guard. What's an off-the-court point guard?
Just making sure my teammates are in the right spots at the right times, doing what they're supposed to do, staying out of trouble, and the little things.
Have you ever had to pull them away from trouble?
Nah.
And I don't want you to tell no names or anything. I don't want you to tell no names, but have you ever had to pull anybody away from trouble?
Nah, they all stay.
All right, let me ask you this. Your Twitter page.
Yep.
You have an interesting saying on your Twitter page by Lecrae Moore. It says, if you live for people's acceptance, you'll die from their rejection. How did you decide upon that, and what does that mean?
I don't care about anybody else's opinion. It's just me versus me. I have to work for myself and not worry about anybody else and what they have to think or say.
Okay. Now, getting into St. John's this year, you probably had to work real hard this summer. Did all you did this summer play basketball, or did you do any other stuff this summer?
I had to work out, spent time with my family, and that's really all.
Reading the books.
Oh yeah, reading books, for classwork, summer work.
Hey man, did you get a chance to go to the beach? Did you?
Nah, no days off.
Do you want to go to the beach one time before it gets real cold?
Yeah, I'm gonna have the chance to. Traveling with St. John's.
When's the traveling start for you?
Season starts in November. I'm not sure when the traveling starts. We haven't gotten our schedule yet.
So you got a couple more weeks where you can get to the beach, right?
Yeah.
All right. If your dad says it's okay and your mom says okay, I'll take you down to Salisbury with me. You go down there with me. I'll bring you back the same day, because it's not much to do down there if you go to the beach. But that's good, man. Let me ask you. You're very passionate about basketball. I know this for a fact. Why are you passionate? What drives you? What makes you want to be the best?
I want to make it at the end of the day, so I have to push myself to be better than everybody else. But at my own pace. I'm only racing myself to be the best I can be. So I have to work hard, stay in the gym, and be patient.
By being at St. John's and being in the WCAC, is that part of your drive? Is that something you always wanted to be in, the WCAC, and being in St. John's? Is that part of your goal?
Yeah, since I was a little kid, I always wanted to go to St. John's and be in the WCAC. So I think it's perfect, the best opportunity for me.
So you're gonna get a lot of fun beating up on that team that wears the blue uniform in the WCAC, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's what you're supposed to say, and that's what's going to happen. Greg, I know you and Christy have to be very, very proud of Jeremy and everything that he has done. Why don't you tell us a little bit about Jeremy and some of the things you've seen him achieve and how proud you are of him?
Well, I'm extremely proud of Jeremy. I'm actually extremely proud of all my kids. So let me start there. But Jeremy, Jeremy has overcome a lot. He's probably the most competitive of all of my kids. Actually, it might be my daughter. So Jeremy's probably a close second. But he never backs down. He's never been scared of anything. He doesn't see himself as having limitations. He's a fierce competitor. Probably the most athletic kid that we have. I mean, he's played competitive football, baseball, soccer, and basketball. So he's a extremely athletic kid. He's smart. He's probably the smartest kid. If you get into St. Albans, that's no easy feat. And not only did he get in, but he excelled academically. He fit in socially. And that workload is second to none. And he was able to manage that along with continuously playing sports and doing some of the other things that we do as well as a family. So, I'm extremely proud of him, as well as the rest of my kids. But yeah.
Great. Now, your dad just mentioned you played football. So you pretty good at football too?
Yeah, that was my first sport.
Really? What
Yeah.
position did you play?
Running back, wide receiver, cornerback, some middle linebacker.
I guess I've been better off asking you what position you did not play. Goodness gracious. You played all those positions?
Yeah.
What made you get away from football?
One day, I guess I just decided that I wanted to play basketball more and I want to play football. And actually, I returned to playing football at St. Albans a year ago in middle school. And it was actually pretty fun. I bring the joy back of playing football.
You think you'll ever go back to playing football too? Play two sports at St. John's?
Probably not.
Okay. All right.
See football different.
Well, if you decide to play football, there's a school I know you could go to, and I could talk to them about you playing football in college for them.
They wear orange and blue, right, John?
They wear black and gold, Jeremy. They wear black and gold. And you play soccer too?
Yeah, when I was a little kid.
What position you play in soccer?
I don't know. I just used to get the ball and score.
And you were scoring all the time, right?
Yeah.
And baseball?
Yeah, baseball, I played middle outfield. Yeah, it was pretty fun. A lot of running.
Wow. That's really good. You play all those sports. That's really, really good. Now, football. Who's your favorite football team?
I don't have a favorite.
Besides Virginia State.
I like Washington Commanders. We stink right now, but we'll get better.
You say we'll get better?
Yeah.
What are they going to need to get better, Jeremy?
I don't know. We're going to have to make some trades or something.
Who's your favorite commander?
Jamar. Chase Young.
Chase Young? He's a tough guy. Is he going to come back and do some stuff when he gets back?
Yeah, he's going to come back, create some havoc.
And they're going to be better. That's when they're going to start winning games?
Yep, that's the missing piece right now.
I like your confidence. I hope and pray you're right, because right now they got problems. But I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Let me ask you this about basketball. Give me an idea what a daily routine is for you.
For like my basketball day or just my day regularly?
Let's do both of them. Give me a basketball day, and then give me a routine you do for school.
All right, so after school, we usually end around 2:50, 2 o'clock, maybe some days 2:38. We have practice 3:15 or 5:15, and then we'll go straight to lift for another hour, and then we'll start recovering, get protein shakes, and then that part is over. And then for school, I'll wake up at 5:30. Brush my teeth, do what I need to do, take a shower, get dressed, and then I'm usually out the house around 6:10, 6:15. And then my first period starts at 8:10. And then depending on which day it is, we end at 2 o'clock, 2:50, or 2:38.
Now you said those protein shakes, those Gatorade protein shakes?
Yep, or muscle milk.
And what did they do for you? I've seen you drink a lot of those. What did they do for you?
After your workouts, they help provide protein so you can have some muscle. I've been getting bigger, so.
Have you put on some weight since you started doing this stuff?
Yeah, I put on about, well, how much would you say?
Probably about 15
pounds.
Wow, 15 pounds. That's
Yeah.
good stuff right there. Playing basketball, who are some of the toughest opponents you played against?
Probably Justin. My top two is Justin Edwards and Aaron Bradshaw, for sure.
And who do they play for?
Justin Edwards goes to Imhotep, and Aaron Bradshaw goes to Camden.
Okay. And why were they two of your toughest opponents?
Both of them, they're like really high recruits, D1 recruits, 5 stars. And I know like they love the game. So they're really nice and they're good at what they do.
What do you do if they're getting the best of you? How do you make adjustments? What do you do?
Got to play more physical, adjust my shot, high off the glass layups, and just play my game, stay on my head.
You mentioned playing physical. Since you're slim, have you had guys try to play rough with you, play you hard and try to push you around and stuff like that?
Yeah, all the time.
And how do you deal with that?
Just got to be physical back, man up, show them that you're not slim, weak, show them that you actually have some muscle in you.
Does anyone come to mind as far as trying to be physical with you?
They used to.
Hmm?
They used to, not now.
So you have changed the whole equation now, right?
Yeah.
That's good. So they don't be physical with you anymore, right?
Nah.
Why did they stop?
I've been getting stronger, lifting in the weight room.
So when you're in that weight room, how often do you lift and how much are you like bench pressing and squatting and all that stuff? How many days a week do you go in that weight room?
We go every Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Tuesday,
and
Saturday morning.
No, Saturday morning we just have yoga and
Right now.
Oh. And we're gonna start going Saturday mornings.
Okay. And how much are you benching, if I can ask?
Around
Sunday.
Around 140, 150.
Okay. That's good. And where did you start at, if I can ask? Hey, don't feel bad. All I can lift is the bar. So
probably around like, I probably started around like 85 to 100.
So you've improved your bench by 60 pounds already.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's really good. And it's only going to get better. You're only going to get stronger. And then those same ones that used to want to try to knock you around, you'll have something else for them, right?
Yep.
Don't forget Sundays too.
In everyday life, what is your greatest challenge?
Ooh, that's a good question. Greatest challenge. I don't know.
Be a good person.
Greg, what do you think his greatest challenge is?
I think
every day.
I think his greatest challenge is making sure that he goes 100% all the time. Jeremy's the life of the party. No matter where he goes, everyone is his friend. Everyone loves him. So he's the life of the party. So I believe that his greatest challenge is going 1,000%, no matter what it is, whether it's, school, giving it 1,000%, whether it's on the basketball court, giving it 1,000%, whether it's, reading a book, go at it 1,000%. So I think right now he's going probably about 80%. I would say. So he got another 20% that he can go, to get that 100 and everything. So,
Jeremy, do you get bored easy?
Yeah.
What makes you get bored?
If something's too easy, like say in class, if I'm doing my work, instead of me just like sitting there like an ordinary person, I'll just start talking.
been happening since he was young, John.
Now, when you go to college, what are you thinking about majoring in? And I'm asking that because you're saying, your dad's saying you're giving 80% most times, you got another 20 to go. And you're also saying sometimes you get bored. What do you think in college? What type of curriculum will motivate you? What do you want to major in college?
Finance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, finance.
Finance.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm just interested in money and how to invest, keep money, being wealthy, all those sorts of things.
Hey, let me ask. At St. Albans, didn't they have some type of finance program you were pretty good in over there?
Yeah, that was for,
like investing and stuff?
Yeah, if I went there for high school, I probably would have been in it.
So tell me about that investment program.
Do you know too much about it?
No, the investment program at St. Albans was run by some of the alumni of the school that are in the finance industry.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a program that you get in once you enter the 9th grade.
Okay.
At St. Albans, yeah. But we're looking to get into the investment club at St. John's. So yeah, we'll see about that.
And how do you qualify to be in the investment program at St. John's? How do you qualify for that?
I think you just sign up. You just sign up and they'll invite you to whenever they're meeting. And yeah, that's how I think that works.
And what intrigues you about investing?
Just saving money, being wealthy. Just the thought of that. It's nice.
So after you make all this money and you've invested, you're gonna buy mom and dad a house?
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's good. I think you're gonna have to do that. I think that's being said now. On the basketball team, have you ever been captain?
Yeah, all the time.
You're always the captain.
Yeah, most of the time.
How do you feel about that?
It's nice. Being a leader is one of the most important things because you always have to have a leader on the team to control all aspects, keep your teammates in it. So it's a pretty hefty role, I should say. We
talked about it earlier, and we still keep coming back to it. You as a leader, how did you become such a great leader, man? I mean, and I'm not trying to be funny. I've sat and watched you. I've told your dad this. I said it to him just today again. You're the kind of kid that you could go to John Doe private school, which has lost 30, 40 straight games, haven't won a game in 3 years. You would go there, and by 10th grade, you would turn it around, and the other kids would want to come there just to play with you, and people be waiting to get in just to see you play. What is it? How are you such a great leader like that? And I mean, I see it. I've seen it. I see it. You're an excellent leader. How do you go about becoming such a great leader?
My work ethic. I always have to put in the work to be great. And my dad has been telling me since a little kid, I have to be vocal and want to be great and lead my teammates.
So your dad's a pretty good leader too then, right?
Yep.
That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. And mom's a good leader too, right?
Of course.
Yeah, you need to say that. Don't forget moms. Now, being a captain, give me some scenarios that you've had as a captain where maybe your patience was tried a little bit. You were concerned a little bit about some of your teammates. Again, you don't have to give names, but situations where maybe late in the game, you had to help them understand what to do. Can you give me some examples of that?
I'm like taking a dumb shot when we're up, like time and score, take our time. We can get the best shot that is available in that moment. Like we don't have to rush. Dumb turnovers, dumb fouls, just things like that that you don't need when you're up late in the game.
All right, you got me on your team. I done made a dumb pass. I done made, what you said, a dumb turnover. Coach is still leaving me in the game, and I'm feeling terrible. What are you going to say to me to make me get through it? Because coach ain't taking me out, so I'm in here with you. What are you going to tell me?
Keep your head in the game. Next play, get back on defense, get a stop, make up for your mistake, and keep your head in the game.
That's what you're going to tell me, to keep my head in the game.
Yep.
And if I go do that again and mess up, you're going to tell me something else?
Just keep playing.
What is one important lesson you have learned as a student athlete?
To always give it 100% in the classroom, because without the grades, you can't play what you love to do. So if I didn't have good grades, I can't exceed or excel on the basketball court.
And what kind of grades do you get in school most of the time?
A's, B's.
A's and B's. So you're an honor roll student.
Yep.
Wow, that's really good. Now, if you fall short and bring a C or a D home, what's Mr. Greg and Miss Christie saying to you when you get home with a C or a D?
They're probably gonna ask, how did I get it? And I need to get it up. Probably mad a little bit.
You said what now? After you?
They'll be mad a little bit.
A little bit, maybe like about this much.
Maybe a little bit more than that.
Would that be one of those situations where you may bring that grade home one time, but you're never going to do that again?
Yep. Only once.
Is there a class that you've had where it was a struggle, but you kept on digging and digging and digging, and you got the grade you needed? Is there a class that sticks in your mind like that?
Like this school year, no.
What about last year?
Last school year, yeah, probably history.
Yeah. Look, I can feel your dad from here nodding at you. It was history. What kind of history?
What was it? World War I through World War II.
World War I through World War II. And what was the hard part for you?
Probably remembering all the dates, because we did a lot of studying of dates and wars in chronological order. So that probably was the hardest part.
So how did you get through it?
I had to study more, spend more time studying, quiz at home, have my mom quiz me to make sure I was staying on top of my work and doing good.
Question. Are there times like when you're having that challenge in that history class, can you use some of the same skills or traits you use in basketball to help you get through that class? Or do you?
I haven't before. I haven't actually. Well, yeah, working harder.
Okay.
You have to want it.
Okay. And after you worked harder with this class, the grade improved?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the basketball court. When it was hard, what did you do? What has been hard for you on the basketball court? Because honestly, when I watch you play, it just seems so easy for you. It seems so effortless. You play so smoothly. I mean, it's just like a fluid motion. It's almost, honestly, it's like watching like a musical or something like that, where it's just smooth. There's no hiccup. So how do you get to that point? And when there is a hiccup, how do you get through it?
You just have to work out. That's how I've got to where I am right now, working out. And right now, I'm focused on finishing around the rim with contact, higher off the glass. So I've been working out, working on that stuff.
How do you work on finishing at the rim? What do you do?
Floaters, finishing off two, off one, the difficult finishes, the ones that are unordinary.
Help us now. When you say off two and off one, you're talking about off 1 foot and 2 foot, 2 feet?
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel about the contact? When you get contact, have you been working on that too? So you can absorb the contact so you get some and ones?
Yeah, to control my body and go finish strong.
And that weightlifting is helping you, right?
Yeah, it's helping a lot.
Wow. Dad, how is this game so smooth? What, I mean, tell me, how does it get like that? And I know it's, Greg, I know you. It's hard for you because you're a humble guy. But I just got to ask, you watch Jeremy play, and it's just smoothness. It's no hiccup with it. So how does that happen?
Jeremy puts in a lot of hours. He has a good group of trainers that we go to. One that you mentioned already, Ray Brewer, with SDC, Ibn Muhammad.
Now, who's the one you just said?
Ibn Muhammad.
Okay.
Yeah, Howard Brown. I mean, he has a good group of guys that he goes to on a regular that get him right, and they all have his best interests at heart. And for the most part, Ray coached them for 2 years, so he knows what he needs. So he sort of crafts the workouts, for what Jeremy actually needs. So, and then and there's two, a lot of it is natural ability. When Jeremy was, I want to say 2 years old, I believe. We were at an amusement park, and I won a basketball at an amusement park. He was 2, maybe closer to 3. But after I won the basketball, I gave it to him. We were strolling him around, but he got out the stroller and was actually dribbling the ball one hand around the park. And people were stopping us to say, like this ain't normal. Like, how old is this kid? There's dribbling the ball around the park. One hand, wasn't 2, wasn't patting it. He was controlling the ball around the park with one hand.
And how old did you say he was?
He was 2, probably going on 3. It was, someone brought it to our attention because my wife and I didn't pay it any attention. We were with a group, and someone in the group said, is he really walking around dribbling the basketball without, he wasn't losing it or anything. He was just walking around, just dribbling. Yeah. So we knew he had a gift at that point. Yeah.
Now, are you right-handed or left-handed, Jeremy?
Kind of confusing. I write with my right hand. I kick on my right, but I throw with my left and shoot with my left. But I eat with my right.
All right. Now, knowing that you work on your game hard, was it difficult for you to develop your right hand as far as the dribbling and the shooting?
It took some time, but now I feel very comfortable with it. Finishing on my right, dribbling on my right, protecting the ball.
So you can go to the rack with either hand. You feel really comfortable either way.
Yeah.
Wow. When's the first game this year?
November 30th.
Who do you play?
Gwynn Park at Gwynn Park.
You play at Gwynn Park at Gwynn Park?
Yeah.
Okay. They got another kid over there named Bevins, is pretty good too. You seen the kid Bevins play?
Yeah, Ty is one of my best good friends.
He can do a little bit of work too, can he?
Yeah. So he's nice. He's nice.
So that's November 30th, right?
Yep.
All right. So I'm going to have to make a point to try to get over to that game, right? You gonna get me a ticket? You gonna leave a ticket at will call for me?
Sure, I got you.
You sure? Now don't say that you ain't gonna have me now. That means I need to put about $3 or $4. Well, it's more than $3 or $4 now. And I better put about $10 in my pocket. I gotta pay for a ticket now.
10 should do it. You might be able to get a hot dog too with 10.
Oh, I'm gonna have to ask Kim to give me some money that night. Now, November 30th, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm making a point to try to be there. I'm gonna be sitting in the corner. Your dad will tell you I always sit by myself. But I'm gonna make a point to try to be there that night.
Okay.
Man, this has been great. I have really enjoyed it. I appreciate both of you for coming on this evening on the Daily Deuce and talking to us. Tell Miss Clark I said thank you as well, Greg. I appreciate her. If she's nearby, she can just say hi real quick. But thank you.
You know she isn't far, John. You know she isn't far.
I know she's got to make sure that these questions are fair to her baby.
Right. There she comes.
Hey, John.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing fine. Thank you for letting Jeremy be on here this evening.
No
Y'all have done a wonderful job with it.
Thank you.
What you on here? Let me ask you real quick. I know you see. I knew she didn't want to
What I was avoiding.
Just tell me real quick. I'll make it easy. You gotta be proud of what makes you most proud of?
I'm proud of his work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
On the court, in the classroom. He's an all-around great kid. He really is. His work ethic is just he asks to work out. You know what I mean? Like he's not a kid that you have to beg him, to go to the gym or bribe him to go work out. He genuinely wants to get better. And he realizes that he does have to work hard, especially in the WCAC, but he's up for the challenge. And so I am super proud of him. I have to say what Greg said, he could probably give a little bit more, to reach that 100%, 1000%, or whatever we want to call it. But he'll get it. I think one day it's just gonna come out of him and we're gonna be like, whoa, what happened? Yeah.
You hear that, Jeremy, right? They want you to give us a little bit more. And I'm gonna tell you this, the last thing I'll tell you, Jeremy. You were at the rec center one day, you were going outside to shoot. And I told your dad, I said, I'm going out there to play him one-on-one real quick. And your father looked at me like, don't do that. I said, why? He said, because when he breaks your ankles, he's just gonna laugh at you. So I never asked you to play one-on-one because I ain't want you to embarrass me out on that court and make me look bad. What we'll do next time you're down there, we'll play horse.
Okay.
Because that way you can't, well, you may embarrass me at that too, but at least I won't be falling down. So we can do that. Hey, but thank you all so much for coming on today. Good luck to you this season, Jeremy.
Thank you.
And Christy and Greg, like I said, you all have done an absolutely positively wonderful job, not only with Jeremy, but all three of your kids. Keep up the great work, and I will see you all again real soon. Everybody, thank you for watching the Daily Deuce today. We'll be back on with a regular segment again next week. Take care and watch some sports. See you real soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.